It is happening to millions of Americans every day. I'm talking about scams, dishonest schemes designed to defraud others. Many ways are being used to separate unsuspecting people from their hard-earned money and possessions, but perhaps nowhere is it a bigger problem than with the elderly. That's why the FBI is ramping up its efforts to make all of us more aware of what we can do to create a layer of safety around senior citizens. Heath Yankee is the Assistant Special Agent in charge of Houston's white-collar criminal branch. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So how big is this problem?
Unfortunately, it's sad to say, but this problem is growing at an alarming rate year after year.
So I saw a statistic somewhere that said there was like an 80-something% increase from one year to the next.
Yeah, so the FBI puts out a yearly elder fraud report, and that is the data that's collected from our Internet Crime Complaint Center, which we refer to as IC3. And last year we had over 88,000 senior citizens file a complaint there with over a $3.1 billion loss, which was that 84% increase from the year before.
So can we determine what is attributed to that increase? Do we know? Do we have any sense of?
Well, a lot of it are these criminal organizations are from international-based groups, and they are really hammering the investment schemes of where we see the biggest number of increase.
I've seen that cryptocurrency and some other things, just trying to get people to, you have a fascinating video on the FBI website, and I want to do that. It's a very clear snapshot of just how easy it is to fall prey to these scams if there is no awareness. I want to play that so you can understand what I mean.
I served in World War II and Korea. I was a federal judge. I was the director of the FBI, director of the CIA, and I was the target of an elder fraud scheme. Don't fall for scammers' promises of money, friendship, love, or romance. These are criminals who want to take one thing, your money. You've worked hard. You've saved. Don't let criminals try to take that away from you.
So if he can be a target, I mean, anybody, I mean, his credentials are impeccable. You would think, okay, he's not. That just shows how easy someone can scam if you're not aware.
Well, it shows anyone can and will be targeted, and these criminal networks go after anyone. And if Director Webster could fall a victim, anyone in our country could.
So what kind of plan is the FBI putting in place to try to mitigate this issue?
So obviously we are working to target these criminal networks, and that requires us to investigate and use our international partners, because most of the time these are crimes that are committed from West African countries, South Asian, Southeastern Asian countries. So we've got to work together as a law enforcement to target this and dismantle those networks. That's a tough job to do.
Yeah, it's a world job.
Yeah, and just to be frank, we need to focus more on educating our community, and that is a team environment that we need to do, because the only way to prevent this is to educate, to try to prevent it from happening.
I'd like to suggest that I'm a part of that team now, as we're trying to get some of that word out right now. And I know one of the things, some of the schemes out there, I got an example of some of them out there. For example, posing as romantic partners. That's a good way to do it. Or a grandchild actually needing financial help. Maybe impersonating government employees, or charging homeowners for repairs that they don't even perform. And even relatives or acquaintances scheming to get their money. There are a lot of ways to get this done. I guess if we just put the information out there about all these different things, maybe that can help solve some of these issues.
Absolutely, and the highest number of victims fall prey to those call centers that are doing that customer support or that tech fraud scheme that you highlighted there. They're calling saying they're from the government and you owe money and you need to pay it today. That's not how government agencies work, so you should never give money out just because someone says they're from the IRS or from the Harris County Sheriff's Department. Those types of schemes are falling prey every day. If someone calls and says, hey, you need to update your antivirus software on your computer, please give us your credit card. Those types of things. They've got numerous schemes that they are doing every day. Some are low hitters just trying to make a few $100s, and then these investment schemes where they're trying to make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars per victim if they have that type of cash sitting there.
So the people who are not aware, they don't know where to go to get the information, maybe to check these things out. Is there a central place where people can call or go on an email or website, if you will, to go ahead and find out more information?
So more information, obviously, on FBI.gov, and also IC3.gov has PSAs out there that will talk about the scams that are there. But a lot of it is just learning and having those conversations, and then making sure you are talking with your loved ones, with your neighbors that may be elderly, that are lonely, that may be isolated, because these scammers will also target those individuals that are there by themselves and are just the polite. This is the type of nature that they are, and they're trusting, and they seize upon that and make them victims.
Are the criminal punishments enough for when we find these people? Are they being punished in a way that will be deterrent to other people, or is it just kind of never ending? You just got to stop it with the awareness part.
Every story is different. Obviously, sometimes these criminal networks may be in countries that are unwilling to work with the U.S. to extradite them back. So I think we focus on taking and disrupting them when we can. And that involves, the quicker we get involved and we're notified, if it is a wire transfer that's gone out, we have the capability to work with banks to try to stop the wire. If it is cryptocurrency, which has really taken off, a 300% increase last year, we do have the capabilities to trace the cryptocurrency and possibly seize it or freeze it down the line. So the sooner the FBI or any law enforcement gets involved, there's a better chance we can get it stopped.
Websites again, FBI.gov?
And IC3.gov.
IC3.gov. Assistant Special Agent in Charge Yankee. I tell every FBI guy here, that's what I've always wanted to do. And you planned it that way and you got it. So that's good for you. Thank you for what you're doing on behalf of our country and on behalf of the elderly, those folks trying to target our seniors. We appreciate you being here this morning.
Thank you.